Today I'm gonna talk to you guys about these Jakes that be Jake. Y'all know Jaking that sit there, promote this terrible lifestyle, adultery, grab all the money you can, do wicked stuff. These fools right here, and this is a perfect depiction of them by this guy called Black Sheep. Look at their eyes, man, just soulless as can be. All of them will sell you out for just any amount of money or riches. Hell, not even riches, probably like women and booze. We're gonna go to Second Peter in the second chapter. This is where it talks all about this. We'll start with verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. That's these people that be, in their songs, they be promoting adultery, Mr. Steal Your Girl, all that nonsense. Drink all you can, smoke all you can, all that. They don't give a damn about you. Verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And you just see these people out in the street, like these rappers talk about all this gang style, all the gangster stuff and all they be doing. And then they go try to imitate that, knowing, like, with people who know those rappers don't do any of that stuff. Like Lil Durk. I forgot one of his family members got killed. And 6ix9ine called him out, like, hey Durk, man, why don't you go get him? Because Durk ain't about Durk and them ain't really in their life. Durk, Migos, all of them people, they're never really about all that. Here's verse 3. And through covetousness, shall they with vain words make merchandise of you, all these jewelry and clothing that they try to sell you, the lifestyle they're selling you basically, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. But because their lot in the end is going to be damnation, because they basically have sold their ass for riches. That's where I'm gonna go here. Look at it. Will Smith, Baby and Lil Wayne, Dre Day. Listen to Dre Day. It's got a sick beat, but actually listen to the lyrics of Dre Day. The way they talk about Luke. Y'all know what I'm talking about if y'all heard this song. And we'll go to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiasticus 10:9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing that a covetous man, for such a one setteth his own soul to sell their souls, because he liveth and casteth away his bowels. What do you always hear about? How they got up there? What they gotta do to get there, man? Sell your soul, and then what else? What is he about them doing? Put two and two together, people. I'm gonna go back to 2 Peter verse 5, chapter 2, verse 5. And spared not the old world, but saveth. Well, hold on. Let me go back to 4. Let me go to 5. I'm getting too ahead of myself. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but casteth them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment. That's what he's saying. That's what the children of Israel are. They're basically angels in fleshly bodies because they didn't listen. If you read, every time the Lord saved them from any kind of calamity, they talked shit about. What kind of nonsense is that? And that's just like how people are today. You help them, and they got something to say, like, well, you could have did this, well, you could have did that better. Meanwhile, you just saved them, and they got something to say. That's all of them. That's why 2/3 of them get destroyed. Verse 5. And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, and preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. And we're just going to go to this that explains why the children of Israel in angel form. We're going to Psalms chapter 82, just the whole chapter. You can go to chapter 81 through 83, really, and it explains a lot about this. I'm going to go with chapter 82, how the powers and all that. Start with verse 1. God standeth in congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. How long will he judge unjustly except the persons of the wicked, Selah. Defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked, which is what these rappers aren't doing. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. I've said, ye are gods, which is this is where it's talking about the angels part, which is angels is basically just demigods, really, following the Most High's word. And all you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, angels in fleshly bodies, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations, which is the promise to the children of Israel. And we're going back to 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 6. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly. Which people still didn't listen, obviously, because look where we're at today. And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, but his wife looked back. She didn't listen. She like I said, this is all this because people didn't want to listen and hearken to the words of the Most High. For the righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, like I've been saying all along, seeing and hearing, they've seen the miracles, heard them, didn't believe. Vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. And this, we're going to go to Zechariah. This is talking about the 2/3, which is what these false prophets is basically casting these people into. Because they're following their ways, living adulterous lives, grab all the money you can, don't help the poor and needy, don't like basically just bash the fathers. Oh man, you ain't got no dad. No. Your lot's going to be cast if you don't change your ways.
Why I say it like that?
Here we go. Zechariah chapter 13. We'll just read the whole chapter. Start with 1. In that day, there shall be a fountain open to the house of David and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and uncleanness. Slacking. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land, and they shall no more be remembered. And also I will cause the prophets that the unclean spirit pass out of the land. And it shall come to pass that when any shall yet prophesy, then his father and mother that begat him shall say unto him, Thou shalt not live, for thou speakest lies in the name of the Lord. And his father and his mother that begat him shall thrust him through when he prophesieth. And it shall come to pass in that day that the prophets shall be ashamed, every one of his vision, when he hath prophesied or prophesied. Neither shall they wear a rough garment to deceive. It's all these rappers, man. They're talking all this foul lifestyle. Oh man, some of them even know they're Israelites, and then they still be like, well, yeah, I know people. Now let me continue talking about Mr. Steal Your Girl and all that. Yeah, drink, smoke all you want. They know they're like. Some of their parents is like done already threw them away. That's why you never see either they done killed them to move up the ladder, or they done disown them. Either way. Verse 5. But he shall say, I am no prophet. I am a husbandman, for a man taught me to keep cattle from my youth. And one shall say unto him, What are these wounds in mine hands? Then he shall answer, Those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts, Yahawah. Or no, not Yahawah. Slacking. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but in the background, they're trying to. That's that evil work, but it ain't gonna stop me. Let's see. Or Zechariah 13, verse 7. Oh yeah. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered. and I will turn mine hand upon the little ones. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off, that's the 2/3, and die. But the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. And I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God, Yahawah. Yahawah is my God. And that's what's gonna happen, man. They're gonna be sitting there like, oh, wait, I wasn't talking about nothing. I didn't really mean that lifestyle. Nope, too late. You're gonna get cut off with the rest of them. And it's gonna be YAHAWASHI or like various other methods gonna have like that's gonna do it to them. And people still ain't out of the woods yet on the 2/3 part, because like we're gonna go through another wilderness, and that's gonna knock some more people off, because like, they're gonna think, oh, I made it. They can get cocky and then get killed in the wilderness. So they're not out of the woods yet on that. Going back to 2 Peter chapter 2, going to verse 9. The Lord knoweth he delivered the godly out of temptations, and reserved the unjust unto the day of judgment, to be punished. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh and lust of cleanliness, these rappers and people that follow them. And not even just rap celebrities too that do this. Y'all know that whole lot right there. Jake, there's more Jakes than like just rappers and stuff like that. I'm gonna call them high Jakes. The high Jakes, the little Jakes is the ones that be following them. The high priest Jakes, the ones that be promoting this whole lifestyle. But chiefly them that walk up, yeah, like I just said, I'm gonna reiterate. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh and the lust of uncleanness, and despise this government, not this government, like this wicked government. It's like the laws, statutes, the commandments that they choose not to follow and tell people not to follow, which has to go into Christians. They're like, oh, you know, man, do anything you want and be safe. No, that's not what the book said. Like Jesus tells you himself, if you love him, you will follow the commandments. But they sit there, they ignore that part though. They completely ignore that part because they're not going to tell you that in church, which is the Lord's commandments. That's not where you get the truth. You get the truth by reading the Bible. The truth is in the Bible, not in the church. So all these people that be dressing up in all them clothes and just to make appearances, you already know what their lot's going to be if they don't change their ways. Like I said, the people still change. That's the thing about it. People like just outright condemn some of these people. But like these rappers is preaching this lifestyle, I believe there's no hope for them. But that's not for me to decide. It's gonna be for the Most High to decide in the end. But as I was talking about, and despise government, presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil dignities, which they're not, because they just promote it in their songs all the time, and in the movies, and all types of media. Whereas angels, which are greater in power and might bring power and might bring not railing accusation against them before the Lord, but these as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. Yeah, some of these, like I said, some of these rappers don't know. But the ones who don't know, like it's already been said that it's better to not know than know, because the ones that do know and willingly lead you down that path, boy, I don't even know what their life's gonna be. I don't even want to know what their life's gonna be. Okay, verse 13, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, and they count and pleasure to riot in the daytime. Spots they are in blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings, while they feast with you, like that they eat with you and all that, act buddy, but they're looking to stab you in the back, which is what these rappers do. Oh man, my best friend went to this hotel. That was supposed to be it. I didn't show up. Some dudes break in, kill him, and all of a sudden I got like best selling album. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the same dude. If you're not, look it up. Look what happened with Drake's friend. Like, come on, man. And not best selling album most times. I was exaggerating, but he got pretty up there in the charts when that happened. When he first started out, randomly break in and kill his friend in his apartment or the hotel. It was either apartment or hotel he's supposed to be in. They killed him, and then all of a sudden he jumps up the charts. Like, nah, there's no coincidence in that. Verse 14, having eyes full of adultery, which I've been talking about this whole time, singing songs about that, and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, and heart they have exercised, with covetous practices cursed children, which have spoken the right way, and are gone astray, following the way of Balaam, the son of Bosor, who loved the wages and the righteousness. And these rappers, they show you that all the time. They worship the god Mammon, the god of money. They sit there, they hold the money up to their face and all that, be flashing the chains, diamonds, and all that. You can't serve two gods, man. You serve the Most High or you serve Mammon. Verse 16, but was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumbass speaking with man's voice forbade the madness of the prophet. Look what it calls them right there, the dumbass, like which they all are. Because like I said, like most of them know who they are. Because you used to watch videos of it, people they getting asked and probably, oh yeah, I know them. Like Boosie, he knows about it. But like he's sitting here, yeah, man, y'all should get the vaccination so you get like not like They know who they are. Verse 17. These are wells without water, clouds that carried with a tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they are lured through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness. Those that were clean escaped from them who live in error. While they promise liberty, they themselves are servants to corruption. They're servants to the corruption, the labels that they sign with. They got to keep killing, knocking people off. They got to keep doing these wicked acts, sleeping with each other and all that nonsense they do. Look at Dirk. How many people he done sign and gets knocked off and he keeps getting up there? Like, come on, man. Back to verse 19. For of whom a man is overcome, the same is he brought in bondage, which literally are, like I said, they're slaves to labels and Mammon. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior, Yahawashi, they are again entangled therein, and overcome the latter, and is worse with them than the beginning. Which is what I told you earlier. Like, it's better for them not to know than to know, because these people that know, they get out of it and go back in, their life's going to be worse than the people who didn't know. Verse 21. For it had been like I said, for it had been better for them not to have known. See, I got to it, which I already knew. For it had been better for them to have not known the way of the righteous, than after they have known it, and to turn from the holy commandment deliver unto them. But it is happened unto them according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the sow that was washed to her wallowing in the mire. Like I said, the dog's gonna eat his own throw up. And then, the pig, you wash the pig, but it's gonna go right back into the damn mud, man, and get dirty. So there's no point. And there it is, Mammon. This is the God of Mammon I was talking about. Mentioned multiple times. I'm going to start here with Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one, and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon, which is what I was talking about earlier. And we can go to Luke now, chapter 16. You mentioned it multiple times in Luke. We'll start with verse 9. And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of Mammon, of the unrighteous, that when ye fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitations. Which means like these rappers that fall off, they're still slaves to those labels. They can't own their music. They can't do anything with it. Verse 11. If therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? Would you be not be faithful to the unrighteous? That's just the oxymoron. Like, these people, like, there's no winning when you go with mammon. But like they're so eager to get them riches that they sell their soul and do anything just to get it. Verse 13. No servant can serve two, which is reiterating what Matthew chapter 6 verse 24 said. No servant. So if it tells you, like, what do the teachers tell you all the time? If it's mentioned twice, it's gonna be on the test. You know, some of them is liars, but like the Most High, Yahweh, and the Savior Yahweh, they're not gonna lie to you. But these teachers sometimes they be lying. They be like, "Oh, it's gonna be on the test," and then they don't tell. But not like this. If it's in the book, it's gonna be on the test. Everything but that be on this. No servant can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one, and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. Like I said, if it's mentioned twice, it's gonna be on the test. And here it is right there. You see all these rappers. And look at this. People keep saying like, "Oh, you know, man, the dollar is religious. In God we trust." Which God are they talking about? It's obviously talking about Mammon, because I just told you who's the God of riches. And people are always chasing the dollar. These rappers are always chasing the dollar, man. Look at all of them, man. They got all this money. Always flash that in the music videos and stuff like that. Clowns, all of them. Especially these three right here. Talking about being gangster. Got fucking pictures with what's her name? Kamala Harris and all. Like, come on, man. They all gangster. Meeting with a DA that unlocked. Come on, man. Come on. You can't be serious with that. This dude done killed so many people to get to where he at. And I don't even get on this clown. And that's just it right there for Israel. Be careful who you let in your life, man. Like, these people talking about and being about like all this adultery and flashing money. Don't let them in your life, man. In fact, ask them to step away from it. If they don't hearken to your words, point them to the book. If they don't want to listen to the book, don't be around them. You're not supposed to be around people like that. Lest your lot be cast with them. And to that, I bid you a good day.